get you, Barbara.
So,
It comes from nowhere. It's just coming.
I like to surprise you.
Always. Yes.
Things are coming, David. Things are always coming. And
They
just around the corner in August, I have something coming called Alien Romulus.
What?
Wow. This one I'm actually kind of looking forward to. Well, most of the coming to get yous I do, I'm looking forward to. Occasionally we'll have a stinker, but this one looks fun. It's going to be in theaters August 16th. It is not to be confused with the Alien television series that is coming next year. That series is a prequel set 3 decades prior to the 1979 film. This film, Alien Romulus, is a theatrical film from the Evil Dead reboot and Don't Breathe director, Fede Alvarez.
Yeah.
If you like the movies Evil Dead or Don't Breathe, that is the newer Evil Dead movie. I think this looks like it could be right up your alley. It stars a bunch of fresh faces just screaming, "I'm a victim." The trailers are very scary. It looks like they're going back to the original format, which is kind of a haunted house in outer space. Mm-hmm. It looks like a slasher film, like they're picking people off. The plot is under wraps, though. We do know that it features young people on a distant world who find themselves confronting the most terrifying life form in the universe, the xenomorph.
And lots of face huggers. I mean, I've seen even behind the scenes shorts of them remote controlling the face huggers as they climb up walls. And I was like, oh, man, no.
Yeah, it's going to be like a spider movie.
Yeah.
I have a note in here that this movie is set between Alien and Aliens.
Okay. So this is before they rescue Ripley.
Yeah, Ripley's floating out in space, frozen somewhere, and this is taking place.
This must be a separate xenomorph then.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it must be. They find an egg. All they need is one egg, and then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, because apparently there's going to be multiples. I'm not completely convinced that it's more sci-fi than it is horror. It looks more horror to me, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to cover it.
I agree. But then again, that's one of the things we liked about the original too, was it was both and done very well. And for me, as long as he's paid attention to canon and the production design and all of that, he can scare me as much as he wants. I'm fine with that. It's got to be better than Prometheus, which was Ridley's trying to do another scary movie, and it didn't work at all.
Well, funny that you should mention that, because Ridley Scott has come out and already praised this film.
Good.
And Alvarez's direction. So I am really kind of looking forward to it.
And when's it coming?
It's coming August 16th.
Ah, good.
So that is what is coming to get me. What's coming to get you?
My little one is coming the week before that. August 9th, I think, is the release date. It's called Borderlands. And I had only heard of this roughly when they started production in 2001, right during COVID. And it was just on one of my lists of sci-fi in production sort of thing. So I didn't know if it would ever be done, blah, blah, blah. It's by a director that I loathe. So I don't know if that'll work.
Who is that?
But before we get there, the history of this is based on a first-person shooter sci-fi game that came out in 2009.
Okay.
So it's quite a few years old, had several sequels, like 5 or 6 different game sequels. So it's kind of like that Fallout sort of thing of they're doing a movie based on a game. This one is directed by Eli Roth.
Oh,
doing science fiction.
I do remember seeing this. I know what you're talking about now.
But the cast is phenomenal.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's Kate Blanchett, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, Ariana Greenblatt, Gina Gershon, Jamie Lee Curtis. Basically, the story is you're on a save the child mission, just like all these stories seem to be recently from Mandalorian on. A ragtag kind of Guardians of the Galaxy group is formed, and they have to go and rescue this girl that has the power to save the universe and transport her to somewhere else. And I'm like, okay, plot we've seen 900 times.
Yeah, break it down. What's popular and trending right now in Hollywood?
Yeah, and the trailer itself is straight comedy all the way through it.
That's
mean,
not
it's
Eli
like-
Roth at all.
No. This is either going to be a horrible train wreck or just one of those anomalies that you couldn't believe that this group did this, in my opinion, I think is probably what's going to happen. So we'll see. I was trying to look up, the screenplay is by Eli with Joe Crombie, but Joe Crombie was one of the original writers of the games. So maybe it'll work.
And Eli was obviously a fan of the game.
I would think, yeah. They have been very popular. I think they're even planning a new one that's coming out. So it'll be sci-fi, shoot 'em up, Guardians of the Galaxy without a raccoon, but you have a funny robot that talks. So
Well, that's never been done before.
no, never. And all these original ideas, I
I'm
can't
talking
believe
to you,
how-
Douglas Adams.
Yeah. Well, the first 4,000 years weren't bad.
All right. Well, that
so
is
anyway,
what's
yeah.
coming to get us. David talked about a movie called Borderlands, directed by Eli Roth, coming on August 9th. And I talked about the latest installment in the Alien film franchise, Romulus. And it is coming August 16th. That's what's coming to get us. What's coming to get you? Tell us below in the comments. We want to hear, what are your thoughts on these movies we talked about today? And or what should we be talking about that's coming out that we may not be aware of? And until next time, David, I'll be seeing you.
I'll see you then when they come and get us.
All right. Bye.
They're coming to get you, Bob.